Ghana, I'm sure it's a happy day for all of us as Ghanaians, as our Black Stars have done us proud in the just ended match with Panama last night. Good morning to you as well, our cherished viewers. I hope that we are doing well, and also we are happy. As I said, yes, Ghana Black Stars are doing amazing so far, even though, the 90 plus fifth minute, that was when the goal came in. Yes, they played with our hearts a little, but I'm sure we are all happy. We are celebrating. And yes, you're welcome to the Koko Digest morning show. I am your host for today, Yayira Awuno. We're coming to you live from the studios of Clock TV. You can also catch us on GoTV channel 184. If you're not in the comfort of your home, find us on Facebook and YouTube. Just search for Clock TV GH. Like, share, and subscribe to our pages. And then join in the live stream, and also share the link to your friends and loved ones to also join in the live stream. Now, here's what to expect for today, as the sports segment is going to be talking majorly about the Black Stars and, the just ended match. So I'd encourage all of us to call and share our thoughts. The phone lines will be open. Send your comments also to the WhatsApp number that will be displayed onto your screens. Join in the conversation. I'm sure the boys will be here to celebrate the 1-0. Yes, we're all happy, even though I don't particularly, believe in the Black Stars these days. But yes, they seem to be on the right track, yes. So the sports segment will be delving deeper into that. And then the anticipations for Tuesday's upcoming match as well. Lifestyle segment is also going to be having a Father's Day celebration kind of thing going on, where we are also going to encourage you to call in and share, any words of love and appreciation for our fathers as well. And the main discussion, we're going to be discussing men's mental health, as this month is the month of men's mental health awareness. So we're going to be talking about how the man-up term that society has coined is killing men. And I hope that these are all going to be conversations you'll be interested in. Business will also be bringing us business news as always. For now, let's prepare for the motivational quote. Right, so the motivation for today is by Charles Wadsworth, and he says, by the time a man realizes that his father might be right, he usually has a son who thinks he is wrong. By the time a man realizes that maybe his father was right, he usually has a son who thinks he is wrong. Now, Charles Wadsworth's quote is more wry and cyclical, actually, where it captures the irony of generational conflict. A man spends his youth dismissing his father's advice as outdated or wrong, only to arrive at midlife and realize that his father had a point all along, at which point his own son is now in the position of doubting him. It is less a statement about parenting techniques and more an observation about how perspective shifts with age and experience, and how that shift arrives too late to repair the relationship in the moments that it would have mattered most. Now, there's a gentle humor to it as well, but also a quiet melancholy. The idea that wisdom transmitted from parent to child can't often be received until the child has lived long enough to need it. So this is the quote for today. So let's think about it. As Father's Day approaches on Sunday, let's think about the kinds of advice our parents have been giving us. As teenagers, as young adults, we, tend to dismiss them. But as we're also growing up, we're seeing that, maybe daddy was right. And this is the quote for today, telling us that, sometimes you get to that age and you realize that the outdated advice or quotes that you get from your parents may actually be very, 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 needed, very necessary there. Now, let's take the word for today also, and then the sports boys will also come in late just after to give us all the gist about the last night's match as well. So the word for today also is perfunctory. The word for today is perfunctory, and it means something that is done with little care, effort, enthusiasm, or thought, performed merely as a routine obligation rather than with genuine care or attention. Now, the word perfunctory has some synonyms, and we have cursory, superficial, mechanical, routine, automatic, token, casual, unenthusiastic, half-hearted, careless as well. And then the words that are opposite in meaning, we have thorough, careful, diligent, conscientious, attentive, meticulous, thoughtful, earnest, sincere, and deliberate. Now, the word perfunctory or a perfunctory action is not necessarily done badly. It is just done with the barest minimum effort required, often because the person is uninterested, distracted, or simply going through the motions. So yes, this is the word for the day, perfunctory, and this is the word we're asking you to incorporate into your vocabulary. So perfunctory doesn't necessarily mean that something's been done badly. It's just something that is done, almost haphazardly, yes. So this is the word for today. Up next is the sports segment, as Benedict and his boys, Landlord and Nanaya and the rest, will also come in to celebrate the Black Stars win. So let's stay tuned for that.
Hello, good morning to you, our cherished viewers, and you're welcome back to the Koko this morning show. And we are still in the month of June, and as part of preparations towards, celebrating Men Awareness Month. This morning on the show, we are celebrating fathers, and we are calling on you, our cherished viewers, to send in your calls. We are going to open the phone line shortly. Send in your messages, send in your calls. You can call us, tell us who you want to wish a happy Father's Day. Who is that fatherly figure in your life that you cherish so much? So also I have here in the studios with me Peter Kojo, and we are going to be talking about fatherhood. We are going to be talking about fatherhood memories. Like, think about anything to celebrate fathers this morning. This is what we have for you. My name is Annabelle Bevin Ejibia. So stay with us. Shortly, we'll be opening phone lines so you can share your thoughts with us when it comes to fathers in our lives. Peter.
Evelyn.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. You're looking good.
Thank you very much. I hope you slept well, or you didn't sleep due to the Ghana match.
I didn't sleep. The boys actually made us proud, and I'm still in the mood. I'm still celebrating the Black Stars.
Oh, I couldn't. I had to. You cannot cheat nature sometimes. You can't cheat nature.
Absolutely.
But I heard from highlights I've seen, and then from people, it was a tough match. I'll say. Tough one.
Yes, it was actually a tough match. But when we say that, all we were looking for was the 3 points. And at the end of the day, we got the 3 points.
Yes. Hallelujah, somebody. Hallelujah. So, Peter, we are celebrating Fathers this morning. And in fact, happy Father's Day in advance to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Happy Father's Day to me. Well, so how was your childhood like growing up with your dad? How was it like?
Wow. So you see, let me start by saying that, whenever it is Father's Day, it looks as though people or society do not really celebrate fathers.
Right.
But then when it's Mother's Day, I know you have a problem with me, but I'll just make my point.
Hey, why do you have to say I have a problem? I don't have any problem with anybody, please, I beg you.
When it's Mother's Day, we hear society, we hear people saying Happy Mother's Day to every woman. But then when it is Father's Day, we hear Happy Father's Day to responsible fathers or men who stay. It looks as though society assumes that every man is a bad person until the person is able to prove himself, worthy. So I think that this impending Father's Day, as we're celebrating fathers, it shouldn't be conditional. We should celebrate fathers. Fathers are going through a lot. Right. When a father or a man goes out to work 14 hours, leaving home to work 14 hours to provide food for the family, society will say that the man is not around. The man is not in the house. When the man tends to stay at home to take care of the kids and help with family choices, society will say that the man is lazy. And so men are going through a whole lot.
Right.
And I like the fact that you started by saying that this month is Men's Mental Awareness Month.
Right.
We really need that thing. Then back to your question, growing up with my dad was fun. My dad is someone who, he doesn't talk. He just, corrects you with actions. He just look at you and you know that this is what he's talking about. And he always gives you that.
I think it's like that with most African fathers, let me say. I don't know whether it's like that for, those in the diaspora, outside. But most African fathers are mostly like the calm type. My father is actually very calm. Yeah. Very, very calm.
My dad was calm as well, unlike mommy. So when I go out and I do something bad and I come home, I easily tell my dad, because my dad would not give that kind of explosive reaction.
Right.
He understands you, sit you down and tell you what you did wasn't the best thing to do. Next time do it this way and do this. And so my dad, growing up with my dad was, it was fun. He always looks as though he really understands the journey. He has been there before. So whatever thing you do, it's something he did in the past, so he actually understands it. So,
but then, Peter, I want to understand something this morning that, like I said earlier, in every African home, within parents, you find the male or the father being the calm one. Why is that?
Because, fathers go through a lot that they don't talk about. society has branded men as, the providers. Gone are the days traditionally. They say every man is a provider and every man carries the burden of the family. And this man we are talking about do not have people to confide in. Your wife that you want to go and talk to, you want to go and complain to and all that, also have problems that she wants you to solve. So at the end of the day, whatever that you're going through, you cannot voice it out. And that is the main reason why men are always quiet.
But then the question here this morning is that should men always, or should they just be financially available without being emotionally available as well?
So that is where the conversation comes. That is where the balance comes in. So you see, previously, gone are the days that they say, oh, men are providers. They leave the house for the women to actually take care. So men go out there, look for money, hustle, bring money to the house to take care of the house. But these days, in this modern world, we have something we call co-parenting. And so the man is providing, the woman is providing. And currently, society demands that when a man goes out, he must come. When it comes to emotional support and what have you, family orientation, men are supposed to play a role in there. And so that is what, we are all advocating for. And even in as much as we are advocating for that, we expect that society also appreciate men. You understand? It's very painful. Go to social media and see. You will see people saying Happy Father's Day to responsible fathers. But then when it gets to Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day to all women. Is it always that society will remind, fathers of the bad ones? They are bad ones, but the good ones outnumbers the bad ones. You understand? And so men are going through a lot that we need to actually appreciate them. And this Father's Day, we should celebrate them unconditionally. We shouldn't celebrate them with conditions.
Well, as we hear from my colleague here, Peter Kodwensia, and we are celebrating fathers this whole month of June, and he's saying that we should celebrate fathers as we celebrate mothers as well. It's not fair where we get to talk about women all the time when it's Mother's Day. Even days when it's not Mother's Day, we are still celebrating women. But fathers, even just the month, the day, single day, we are celebrating fathers, and we don't put in much effort. If you agree with Peter, you can let us know. Send me messages, call us. If you don't agree with him too, we want to hear from you. That's the reason why we are having this very important discussion. But Peter, back to you. When we talk about fathers, what's the definition of a father?
Oh, a father is basically someone who goes out there, tries hard to provide for the family, and always stand by the family to ensure that everything is okay with the family. Every man out there suffering, hustling to ensure that his family, lives a better life is a father. You understand? It's basically not necessarily someone who has given birth to you alone. Someone who is also playing a father figure in your life. It's time to be as a father. But sometimes we tend to, confuse these things. For a mother, a mother tends to give that hugs, that love, and all that things. But the role of a father in the life of a child is about teaching. What the father does is teaching, but the mother will give you all the hugs, the love, and what have you. And so it looks as though because the father is not always at home, cheering you up, giving you the hugs, the sweet talks, and all that, we see fathers as bad people. And then sometimes when you do something wrong at home, your mom will tell you, when your father comes out, tell him.
Right.
When your father comes out,
because they're the most fearful.
You understand? Parents. But what fathers tend to do is that they teach you to do the right thing.
Right.
And I can tell you that before a father will even punish you, it means that you've done something wrong continuously.
Right. But
I'm saying this out of experience.
What happens to there are certain kids too that probably what they did wasn't really intense, but due to the parents, because something may have triggered, maybe something happened, and then the person had it upon himself to unleash all the anger on you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're kids, you go and hide somewhere and cry. Your mother comes and says, I didn't do anything. My father came to beat me.
So you see, the thing is that before a father will act, then it means that, like I said, you've done something consistently. For our mothers, even when...
Peter, before I come back to you, well, we've opened our phone line, so you can call us on 0500423 and join in the conversation. We want to hear from you. Which fatherly figure do you have? Is it your grandpa? Is it your uncle? Anyone at all that you want to celebrate this season? We will open our phone lines to you so you can call and celebrate them. Now, Peter, let's come back to you.
Yes. So I was saying that, so in a nutshell, we will say that, one will say that men actually show love, or men actually prepare their kids, for a better life ahead of them by teaching them. Right. And so those teachings, sometimes, like you said, it comes with, some harsh, conditions and all of that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that your father is being, like I said, before, if you do something wrong, your mom will just at once come, and then sometimes they will shout out, you do something. Right. But your dad will be somewhere, just look at you with some eye and wouldn't talk about it. You do it the second time, you won't talk. The third time, that is where the action comes in. And that action does not necessarily mean that he wants to punish you to the core, but he's teaching you the right thing. So sometimes when they inflict pain, pain, normal pain on you, and sometimes you remember.
Please, when you do something, there's nothing like normal pain. Every pain is pain. Whether emotional pain, whether physical pain, every pain is pain.
So like, for lack of better word, right. Maybe when your dad, let's say some corporal punishment.
Sometimes the person doesn't even, sometimes the father the father doesn't even beat you. But sometimes, we have language, use of words. Sometimes the words that people even say to you goes a long way to hurt you. And that alone is pain.
But fathers hardly talk.
Come again.
Fathers, they hardly talk. Theirs is action.
If they talk one.
And so that is the narrative you have to change.
Okay, I've been thinking that we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning, and you're welcome to the Koko Digest Morning Show.
Thank you. My name is Bella. I'm calling from Ashama, Bicheli.
All right, let's hear from you.
Oh, I'm very happy about your program that you're doing this morning.
Thank you very much.
One thing is that I have a strong heart, but due to my father and my mother sitting behind all the time, I really love my father.
Hello, Dela. You say you have a strong heart.
Yeah.
What heart is that?
Because of the woman that I deal with. Yeah, but right now I can see that I have copied my father's life, so it lets everything become easy for me.
Right. And what are some of the lessons that you learned from your father?
My father did, my mother do everything. He just say that let him go.
Like if your mom wants to punish you, your father intercedes for you.
Yes.
Oh, in other homes.
But if it comes to my father's punishment, my mother would say that punish him very well.
Hey, interesting home. Right. So, are you wishing your father Father's Day this morning? What are you telling him this morning?
Father, happy Father's Day, and the good things I've done in my life during my childhood up to now. Now I'm old. I'm almost 40 years. I have a children, but I wish my father happy Father's Day today.
All right. Happy Father's Day to you too, Della. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling in. God bless you. Right. So that's what Della is saying. Yeah. In other homes, it's the other way around. You see. Must be nice.
Exactly. Right. So you see that putting the relationship between the father and child aside, men actually go through a lot. So you asked about why they are always quiet.
Right.
They are always doing these dangerous works, always thinking about the home, about wife, about children, about what to provide for the family and what have you. And sometimes too, when they come home, the home is not suitable.
How?
I mean,
How do you mean by the
a
home business
whole
system?
lot.
I want to come to you, but before we come to you, let's listen to some Father's Day wishes we had on the streets of Accra. Let's hear from people their Father's Day wishes.
Okay, so happy Father's Day to all father figures out there. I want to use this opportunity to wish my dad a happy Father's Day. He is by name Charles Quartin. Charles Pato Quartin, yes. I want to wish you a happy Father's Day. And to my brothers, Victus, Benyanko Quartin, happy Father's Day. And of course, my other brother, Sylvester Quartin, you've been a pillar in my life, all of you. And I want to use this opportunity to thank you and wish you so well that wherever you go, you're going to have impact in whatever you do. Thank you and happy Father's Day to everyone.
Happy Father's Day to all fathers all around the globe. We see your hustle, we see your hard work, and even to the mothers who play fatherly roles, the single mothers parenting kids all by themselves, and everyone that has taken the time to be a father, even though you've not given birth biologically, and you take care of children. God bless you. God sees your heart, and your reward is duly at hand. God bless you all. Fathers, we see your hustle, we see your hard work, we see your hand in the lives of people, and then we see how God has used you as instruments to raise communities, as instruments to raise the country as a whole. God bless you and happy Father's Day.
Alright, so happy Father's Day going out to all our fathers in this world and potential fathers. Listen, the way you people have been saying fathers, when you be a father, we have potential fathers. Landlord, I'm a potential father, so happy Father's Day to all our potential fathers in the nation, especially the first gentleman of the state, His Excellency John Dramani Mama, and to my father, Reverend Dr. Nana Akwesi Ejekum. Daddy, I love you very much. You know how landlord I feel. And also to our father, our grandfather of this, Dr. Isaac Bampo Adu. Daddy, we love you very much and happy Father's Day to everyone watching Club TV.
So I want to wish my father, Mr. Paul Tagbo, and then Mr. Monte, a happy Father's Day. Also to my father, the Prophet Akwesi Martin, and Super himself. God bless you guys for everything you've been doing for Mother Ghana and for us. Sharp.
So on this Father's Day, we celebrate your steady hand, wise counsel, and fatherly heart have shaped this family in ways no job description could capture. Thank you for leading with both authority and warmth, for correcting with love, and for making each of us feel seen and valued. Happy Father's Day going out to Dr. Bampo Ado. And this is coming from the Clock TV team. Thank you so much for being the father that you are. And this is from Frank Freku to Nana Openin II. Happy Father's Day to Nana Openin II, Mankrado of Dutch Commander. Your guidance, dedication, and commitment to the growth and unity of our community continues to inspire many. Thank you for being a father figure whose counsel, humility, and vision have positively impacted countless lives. Happy Father's Day to you, Frank Freku. And happy Father's Day to Mr. Thomas Finn, the CEO of Fin Exhibit. Today, I celebrate not only the wonderful father you are to your family, but also the remarkable mentor and leader you have been to many of us. May God bless you with good health, long life, continued success, and endless joy. Happy Father's Day going out to Mr. Finn. And happy Father's Day from Mame Abena Boaben to Mr. Isaac Atta. I've spent my whole life watching you do the impossible, being both my father and my mother, without ever making me feel like I was missing half of a childhood. If I become half the parent you've been, I'll know I did life right. I love you more than I can say. Happy birthday to Papa Boabeng. And happy birthday again from Frank Freku to Nana Hey, I can't wait. Nana Akateche the second. Happy Father's Day. Akanteche the second, King of Dutch Commander and Benkum Hene of Edina traditional area. On this special Father's Day, I extend my warmest wishes to your Royal Majesty. Your wisdom, strength, and selfless leadership continue to inspire and uplift your people. And thank you so much for sending in your comments and videos. And thank you so much for wishing your fathers. On this, I would like to use this opportunity to wish every father figure in my life a happy Father's Day. To my father, Mr. Godfred, ni mate Anolio, a happy Father's Day to you. I know you're watching me, so shout out to you. Shout out to everyone, my uncles, Uncle Timothy, Uncle Yao, everyone, every father figure in my life. I'd like to wish you a happy Father's Day. And happy Father's Day to our General Manager, Mr. Sifas Dosu, to our CEO, Dr. Isaac Bampado, to everyone. I mean, everyone in the MCR, every potential father out there. And, of course, every responsible father. I know Peter will come for me, but I still have to say it. I have one question for you, Peter.
Right.
Do we always have to choose between... To be responsible, okay, to be responsible... To be a responsible father, do you have to be financially stable?
For the word responsible, when we say responsible, it cuts across like different dimensions.
Okay.
But then, being a responsible father does not necessarily mean you should be financially stable. But society has actually changed this narrative. Now, society refers to a responsible father as someone who is financially stable and present at the same time, which has become an issue. So when we talk about a responsible father should necessarily be someone who has his family at heart and provides for the family and ensure that the family is okay, both emotionally, psychologically, and physically. But in our case currently, it's very difficult. And that is why men are going through a lot. And that is why this morning I'm of the view that this Father's Day, we should drop the phrase responsible. Okay. Let's celebrate men as we celebrate women. Happy Father's Day to all fathers. Like we say to women, Happy Mother's Day.
Even to the absent
women.
fathers.
I mean, it's not always that you have to remind men of the bad ones. I'm not saying that they are not bad ones. They are bad ones. But men are actually doing a whole lot. Like when we talk about Mother's Day, we have some mothers who are also doing the wrong thing. But I mean, this time around, let's celebrate fathers. Fathers are going through a lot.
So what can we do, Peter, to, celebrate fathers this festive season? Let's hear from you, your final...
So what we can do to celebrate fathers is that the kind of energy we put in when it is Mother's Day, let's put the same energy into it. And then society should stop reminding fathers always that, reminding fathers of the bad ones. It is not always that society have to remind fathers of the bad ones. A whole lot of fathers are doing well. They're trying their very best to put, food to cater for their families and what have you. So I think that going forward, this Father's Day, on our various social media platforms, let's desist from using the phrase responsible. Let's encourage fathers. Let's celebrate them as we celebrate fathers. This Father's Day, most fathers are not going to, be expecting gifts like the cars and what have you from like the way mothers used to do. Fathers is to just appreciate them. Let them know that they're actually doing something right. And I bet you that they'll do more to help society at large. And then lastly, before I end, let us actually encourage the boy child as well. Okay. As we are motivating the girl child, we're encouraging them to go high. Let us pick along with the boy child as well.
Right. Thank you very much, Peter. As you heard from my colleague here in the studios, Peter Kojo Nsia, he's saying that as we are encouraging the girl child, asking for equal rights and everything, we should carry the young child or the male child along, okay? This is what Peter says. And so we've come to the end of the lifestyle segment here on the Koko Digest Morning Show. The show still continues. My name is Annabelle Bevin Ejibia. I'm out.
Hello there, good morning to you and welcome. This is the Business Update segment on the Koko Digest Morning Show. And as usual on this segment, we provide you with the latest in the world of business, expert analysis and market trends that will impact your business and investment decisions. I'm Peter Insia. Now to our story. Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire have agreed to harmonize cocoa producer pricing policies as part of efforts to improve farmers' incomes, strengthen market stability and deepen cooperation between the world's two largest producing countries. The agreement was reached during the 7th meeting of the Steering Committee of the Cote d'Ivoire-Ghana Cocoa Initiative in Abidjan. As part of the arrangement, both countries will align the principles used to determine cocoa prices, increase data sharing, enhance collaboration between trading institutions, and synchronize their cocoa crop calendars. There's more to this story.
A joint technical task force will also be established to develop a framework for coordinating producer prices and reviewing them periodically. Beginning with the 2026-2027 season, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire will officially adopt a common cocoa year running from September 1 to August 31. The initiative is expected to reduce price disparities that often encourage cross-border cocoa smuggling while promoting better remuneration for farmers and greater sustainability in the cocoa sector. Together, the two countries account for more than half of global cocoa production, making their cooperation critical to the global cocoa market.
Away from cocoa, the National Food Buffer Stock Company, NAFCO, recorded a net profit of 91.7 million Ghana cedis in 2025, a sharp turnaround from the 19 million Ghana cedis loss recorded in 2024, according to the State Interest and Governance Authority. SIGA described the performance as one of the most significant recoveries by a state-owned enterprise in recent years. NAFCO's 2025 audited account shows its gross profit margin rose from 1.61% in 2024 to 13.96% in 2025, while its return on operating asset improved from negative 63.80% to positive 26.29%.
The company also paid 20.3 million Ghana cedis in taxes in 2025, the highest annual tax contribution since its establishment 16 years ago. SIGA attributed the turnaround to governance and operational reforms, including improvements in procurement, internal auditing, food safety system, and board oversight. The authority also highlighted a strong collaboration between the board, management, and staff. Despite the improved financial performances, SIGA noted that NAFCO contributes to play a vital role in Ghana's food security effort by supporting farmers, reducing post-harvest losses, stabilizing food prices, and supplying food for programs such as free SHS.
And on to our last story, the Chief Executive Officer of Ghana National Gas Limited Company, Judith Ajoba-Play, has paid a courtesy call on the Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority, Godwin Edwardji Tamaklo, to deepen collaboration between the two institutions. The visit follows earlier discussions aimed at exploring opportunities for partnership to support growth in Ghana's downstream petroleum sector.
Discussions focused on improving operational efficiency, strengthening cooperation, and ensuring the smooth functioning of Ghana's gas activities. Both leaders highlighted the importance of regular engagement to align their efforts and better serve industry stakeholders. The meeting reaffirmed the strong working relationship between Ghana Gas and the National Petroleum Authority, with both organizations committed to enhancing collaboration and supporting the sustainable growth of Ghana's energy sector.
Let's now turn our attention to the exchange rate and good coin prices.
Strengthening cooperation and ensuring
And that's all we have for you on the business of this segment on the Koko Digest Morning Show. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Peter Insia. The show continues.
That was fun. This is how we introduce you to the sports segment of the Koko Digest Morning Show. The show that keeps you up to date with all what's happening in the world of business, entertainment, lifestyle, what's happening, current affairs. But this particular one, hey, let me take a break and breather. Whew. This is the part that we actually get to talk about sports. And today, the Black Stars have taken over. The Black Stars have actually taken over. My name is Janaya Asare. I'm in the studio here with Isaac Opoku, aka the landlord of Ghana football, and the champion of champions, Benedict Nketia Kwarteng.
That's right.
You're welcome to this morning's special edition of Clock Sports. Not Clock Sports, the morning show, I should say. And here we are going to delve deeper into the Black Stars and then their recent victory against Panama. If maybe you've been living in a cave and you don't know what's happening, yes, it's the 2026 FIFA World Cup happening in the United States of America, Mexico, and Canada. And yesterday in Toronto, I should say Toronto, the Black Stars played their first game of the World Cup, and then they managed to salvage a last-minute winner. We'll talk about the build-up to that particular match, all the controversies, and how the Black Stars overcame all adversaries to give us the 3 points on the day. Guys, it's a beautiful morning, isn't it?
Fantastic morning.
It's a great day. It's a great day. Yes.
I didn't know you.
Selling.
It's all good. It's all good. God has been good to us.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you can see from my eyes, I've not slept.
It's not easy, bro.
I've not slept.
It's not easy.
I've not slept. God has been good to us, and we are grateful to God.
Benedict,
My brother.
what's happening?
First of all, I'm tired. I'm very tired, but I will give glory to God. I mean, for the love of the Black Stars and for the love of sports, football, we are going to put in every energy we can. And then it is evident this morning how excited we are. I mean, as a nation, as a whole, all we can say is glory and be to God. At least He woke us up this morning. We witnessed the game last night. I mean, this dawn. We were so happy. Some went to sleep, some didn't. But we are here. We are here to talk about, after the game, and then what it's all about and what needs to be done for the next game. So yeah, we are here.
Yes, we are here, and then a kind reminder that if you are not here in the studios with us, you can actually catch us on Facebook and on YouTube. You go there, you search for Clock TV, you'll be able to watch us live and in color. You can also send us a WhatsApp message 0500500421, and shortly after we'll be opening the phone line so you can actually call in to let us know how you're feeling this morning. I'm sure you all must be feeling like a boss because come on, the Black Stars have actually done it for us, and they put smiles on all the faces of people. We'll be talking about it, but let's build up the preamble before the game, what happened during the game, and then the coach, the tactics, and all that. But before, let's start last night's victory. We'll start with Thomas Partey's visa issue. Now, it's something that we cannot talk about this match without. Ghana's arguably most experienced midfielder was denied a visa issue because of some ongoing issues that is pertaining his visa, and he was denied entry into Toronto. That meant that we couldn't put our best foot forward. And you could tell within the first half that we didn't have anyone that could dictate the tempo on our behalf. And we suffered for it a little bit in the first half. Let me hear your thoughts on it. I'll start with you, Benedict.
Yes, thank you very much once again, and thank you very much to our viewers out there, those watching us in your homes, and then on your way to work, on YouTube, and everywhere you find us, even on our lives. Yes, we are grateful to you. The present issues, the most evident issue for the Black Stars is the Thomas Partey's, incident. I mean, what happened? Him not acquiring visa to enter into Canada and joining the game. The first question I asked myself yesterday when I was watching, especially after the first half, the first question I threw to myself was Thomas Partey's issue, visa denial issue, a blessing in disguise or not? Was yes, it was evident during the game yesterday that our midfield, we lacked a certain kind of play, and that certain kind of play was obviously going to have been handled by Thomas Partey. Yeah. But then again, you see, when in life, when you lack certain things and then you are determined to get results, you don't look at the excuses. What matters is you make the results, and you have to put in a certain kind of energy, an extra 10% to 100% energy to make it work out. And that is what we saw with the boys. Yes, the first half was a bit dull, but this Thomas Partey's issue didn't really sit down upon the boys. Yes, he was denied a visa. So I feel like some of the boys were even playing for Thomas Partey to make sure he's proud wherever he is. He has been a pillar for most of the midfielders out there. I'm confident to say that some of the midfielders look up to Thomas Partey.
Just put a pin in that because people are calling the WhatsApp number. Please, the phone lines will be given. This number is just for WhatsApp, so you can text us. So please don't call this number. This number is for WhatsApp only. The numbers on your screen 0500500421. It's for WhatsApp only, and then we'll be opening the phone lines as the program goes on, so that you can actually also share your views and then your thoughts on this all-important game that we just witnessed. Benedict, you were saying?
Yes. So I mean, throughout the game, you could see that these were boys who were not ready to give up. Yes, there were a little bit of hiccups, a little bit of setbacks and all, but you could tell from the energy of the boys that they are not going to give up. They are going to put in their 110%, and it was evident just by the result. Even the goal came in late. It's all part of God's plan. I mean, we say that everything happens together for good for those who trust in the Lord, and I believe that is what happened yesterday. Yes, selling. Yes, so we are grateful to God. The goal came in late, but still got us the 3 points, and here we are celebrating. Hopefully, we can carry it along for the next few games that are coming up.
Hopefully we can carry that was on the Thomas Partey case, and you rightly put it that the boys played for him because he even sent a message to the boys before kickoff, and then you can see the way they played, especially in the middle of the pack, giving little to nothing away. But then now let's look at just before the kickoff as well. We could see the diaspora, we could see our vice president also there. We could see a lot of dignitaries making stage or taking to the fore in Toronto. Landlord, coming into the tournament, many supporters were still unconvinced, but you couldn't see that when it comes to the mood around the stadium, and that may have propelled or must have propelled the boys to play their best. Don't you think so?
Thank you very much. Kudos to the morning show crew for making this thing possible for this short period, because I received a call like 3 a.m. that this morning I have to be here. You could see from my eyes, I've not slept. Right from where I watched the game, I went to a room about, I even slept in the car at the car park here. So I think, and please forgive me for my voice. It's just normal. I'm in the mood of celebration. It wasn't easy yesterday. As you said, the diaspora, which was led by our vice president, Professor Nana Opoku, and the Ashanti Kingdom, the whole Ashanti Kingdom was at Canada. Otunfuo too was there to support, and the Speaker of Parliament too was there. So now I think the whole nation was at Canada, representing the first gentleman of the state, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We saw a video where he was talking to the players via Zoom, led by Jordan Ayew, the captain. So now I think the vice president spoke to them that they are playing for the nation, and them being the Ghana just said, it means that the whole nation is behind them. So now it was very, very good. And when I saw the supporters at the stadium, I was amazed, because I have a friend in US who drove from US to Canada to go and watch this game, and we saw the Canadian commissioner said he's going to give almost like a lot of tickets to the people in Canada, because we were finding it difficult to transport people from Ghana to Canada, but the people in Canada, they gave us a showdown. They gave us a massive support. And the interesting thing was, I saw a video where all the supporters were walking from their hotel to the stadium. They said they will not pick a car. They will just walk from their hotel to the stadium. Some of the fans who were walking with the team bus to the stadium. So now yesterday, the atmosphere, everything around the football shows clearly that Ghana was supposed to win. And kudos to the people, because I always say that football without supporters, it is very, very, very dangerous.
It's like what? You usually say it's like something.
I've changed it to
anyway, that's landlord for you. All action landlord. When he comes, you actually see the life in whatever he's doing. And then now we'll talk about the game in itself. We talked about the happenings before, the people that were in the game, but we'll talk about the game whilst the highlights are also playing. And for large parts of the first half, I'm sure the highlights will be on your screenshots. For large parts of the first half, Panama looked very comfortable. when the game started. Panama, you could actually see the players coming in from the dugouts. You could see that the players, Ghana's starting 11, we'll talk about that as well. And then we'll also read the players that played. This particular formation, 4-2-3-1, making Kamaldeen Sulemana somewhat a hybrid number 10, He's taken. He's also been promised some $5,000 by one gentleman,
Kelvin Taylor.
But we'll come into that. But let's now focus about the coach's response. Now, the second half looked different. The second half looked different from the first half. The introduction of Benjamin Asari, and then also Ghana were more composed. The midfield improved. The introduction of Kwesi Zibo as well. Caleb Yurinchi with that engine sprinting as at the 95th minute. and I'll talk about that. He's 19 years of age.
19.
And he had a yellow card in the 16th minute.
16th minute.
He was able to compose himself, be tactically adept, and then not cause any fouls. Won a lot of tackles, and then see where he got. But then the team looked more balanced. Would you say this is where the coach deserves all the credit, or maybe it's the boys that rose to the occasion?
Now, a quick one on Caleb Wenchi. Yesterday, on our afternoon show, I told you that when you give these young people chance, age is just a number. Benedict was here. Selling. When you give these young people the chance, age is just a number. I never knew Caleb Wenchi is 19 years old now. We share the Rasta and Nimna 19 who investigated.
Oh, he's 19. Let me give you a little bit of background on Caleb Yurinchi's issue. So Caleb Yurinchi was a 10-year-old boy in Bechem. And then there was a trial for Right to Dream Academy. They came to Bechem, and then he came there, he played his heart out, but unfortunately he was not picked. Then the following year, the Right to Dream Academy came to Doma Hinkro, and then Caleb Yurinchi begged his parents. They took him there, and then he played his heart out. And this time he was one of the few people that were selected from that particular region, and then they took him to camp. And then thereafter, he was there, played for Right to Dream. And you know, Right to Dream, every year, they actually take players
people outside
to Sweden to compete in a competition called the Gothia Cup. So now, that was where Caleb Yurinchi, at 16 years, by that time, he had played 2 Gothia Cups. He had played in Gothia Cups and won 2 of them at age 16. And Gothia Cup is one of the Scandinavian trophies that you win for all academies that come together in the world and they come and play. And Right to Dream Academy from Ghana actually sent Caleb Yurinchi and his team. And Caleb Yurinchi won twice.
I agree with that.
At age 17, he was picked up by Norgeland after the Gothia Cup. And then he went there, he's been playing there. And then by age 18, Michael Essien also came in. So Michael Essien came to Norgeland to come and work as a coach. And under his tutelage, Caleb Yurinchi, 19 years, he was called into the Black Stars, and then ever since he's been undroppable. He's been playing at right back, and then now he's been brought to his rightful position. And after the game, they asked him that, what do you feel about you being brought back to the midfield? He says that any position at all, he's ready to serve his nation. Even if you tell him to serve water to the boys, he'll do that. And he'll do that.
I think, Nana, thank you very much for this great submission about Caleb Wenchi. Age is just a number, so when you give this guy a chance, and in every World Cup that we are playing, since day one, there's one player who always does exceptional. Look at the Cape Verde goalkeeper, brilliant. Look at Argentina, Lionel Messi, brilliant. Mexican goalkeeper, brilliant. So for Caleb, when he had the yellow card, 16 minutes, then I just did this. Because he was the only player in the team who was really performing very well. No disrespect to the other players. When you take Jerome Opoku and Jonas, I'll come to these people. When I'm talking about that, I'll start and give them a standing ovation. Because Jerome and Jonas Ajete, what a combination. The carbon cobble from the anta to the stigma. It was a brilliant one. So I think for Caleb, now Caleb has taught me a lot of things. And even in the Bible, is it not Caleb that took the Nkofon promise now when Joshua couldn't go? It was Caleb. It was Caleb, right?
When Moses couldn't go. It was Joshua and Caleb.
It was Joshua and Caleb. Yes. You see. So I think it was brilliant. They are laughing at me. I think it was brilliant. Caleb did everything yesterday. Right after his yellow card, he didn't change his style of play. He was even more aggressive after his yellow card. And then now, did you watch the goal very well? I think if our producer can help us with the goal, he was the one who started.
He started around.
There was Gideon Mensah, and he gave it to Caleb. Caleb gave to Antoine Semenyo. And that was a brilliant pass from Semenyo to Brandon Thomas.
extensively about the team, the belief, and we've talked about the moments that changed everything. Now let's talk about who stood out. The team. We know we've talked about Calibri and Chi and how he stood out. Now let's quickly give what I call on the spot rating. I'll start with you. You give 5 players. Landlord will give 5.
So one of the players that stood out for me is the 2 defenders, the 4 and 5. So we have Junior Sajiti and then Jerome. Yes, they did very well. I was thinking of how they were going to the mobility, how they were be going to connect the 2 of them. But then we saw them, connecting on a very strong level where you could not separate them. If one is attacking, one is they make sure one is behind them to make sure everything is safe behind them. So I think I'm going to give Jonas solid 8.5, Jerome to a solid 8.5. Those 2 guys did very well. And then we come to the midfield. So yes, my main man, what's his name?
Elisha
Owusu. I wasn't really impressed with his game yesterday because I was thinking he was going to be that kind of differential when it comes to the midfield. But you can't tell what was going on with him. You couldn't tell. There were a lot of he was on and off. And then Kamaldeen Sulemana. Oh goodness me. He couldn't do a take on. I was like, Kamaldeen, bro, we've been watching you, like we've seen you do these things on different levels. Panama, players who are not really exposed to international games, you have this exposure and you are not able to think swiftly and do a take-on, a complete take-on. I haven't checked his ratings to see if he had a complete take-on, but per what I watched, I didn't really see him do a complete take-on. So I think Kamaldeen needs to set up if he wants to continue playing in his role, be the number 1, winger when it comes to the Black Stars. So, Elisha Owusu, 6.5, Kamaldeen 6.5. Then our attacker, what's his name?
Jordan.
Not Jordan, the winger, Semenyo did incredibly well. The first half, he wasn't really seen like that because I think the players knew what he was up to, so they decided to cover him left and right. But just as you said, when Brandon Asante came in, it gave him the opportunity because you realized that Brandon took off some pressure.
Brandon took off some pressure just because he mentioned Semenyo. It looks as though there's a very big elephant in the room that a lot of people are not. We are all refusing to acknowledge the fact that he plays better when Jordan is not on the pitch.
Yeah.
And
that's yesterday,
true. The transition to the goal, I know we've won and he's our captain and we are not supposed to talk about this. But the transition to the goal, a lot of people came and said, had it been a certain player that was in the team, in Semenyo's position or in Yerenchi's position, he would have held the ball. He would have held the ball and turned. So just let's talk about this because it's all important. I'm sure we open the phone lines. Do I have permission to open the phone lines? My producer. I'm sure yes, the phone lines are open. So you can also call into the show 0500500423. That's the number that you can call 0500500423. Let us know your thoughts, your comments, and then please call to join in the conversation 0500500423. That's the number that you can call. So I'll reserve that for the people that are calling. And then we'll just talk about that. But before we continue with the ratings, Landon, before you come in, I'll just read a message. I think our coach, this one is coming from Raliceres or Ibra. He says that I think our coach should find a different way of integrating Ayew into our team. Maybe somewhere in the second half. He actually adds nothing into the game. This is what he's saying. This is Ibra inside Tema West. That's what he's actually sending us now. You can also keep sending WhatsApp messages as well, 0500500421. But then at the moment, please call to let us know what you think about the Black Stars game against Panama, 0500500423. And then we'll be make your comments concise. When you call, please don't talk to us through your TV set. Talk to us through your phone so that you don't have a delayed response or a delayed feedback. When you call, you can turn down the volume of your TV set and then you speak to us as well. Landlord, Benedict, did you conclude on your?
I was just on Semenyo. I mean, how he played, how incredibly he played, and then just as you said, there was a bit of someone needs to take off the pressure from Semenyo, and that was what our captain wasn't doing. Our captain kept on falling. I don't understand that part. No, I understand this is his kind of play, but bro, we need to win. Why do you you draw the boys back, you fall, and then the attacking spirit dies? But when Brandon Asante came in, he took off a little pressure from Semenyo by also having take-ons. So the players realized that no, this is another attacker, prolific attacker, someone who can do something if he's being left alone. And that was when the attention got divided, and that was when Semenyo was able to do, completely dominate and do what he's known to be doing. So I'll give Semenyo a solid 8.5, 8.6 also for his performance. So all the same, the boys did very well. There's a few, Kamaldeen, Elisha, just a few of them, but then all the same, the boys were great. And
Willing. Yes, so now let's talk about the other players that were on the field of play. So I'll start with Lawrence Atizigi. You raised the 2 goalkeepers. So this one we'll do it quickly so that we can move on to the next.
For Lawrence not finishing the match, I'll give him 8. And for my own Asari clean sheet, I'll give him 6. Because it was a good one. He made 2 saves for us, so I'll give them 6 and 8.
Another player that people are refusing to acknowledge and how he stepped up in that game was Gideon Mensah.
I'll come there. I was coming
Gideon
there.
Mensah is one person that stepped up. Let's hear about it.
So now, quick one before our callers come in. The back four. The back four.
He has done the middle pair.
So I want to quick one, 30 seconds. Yesterday I told you that this back four will really help us. And now, if you watch football very well, if you have a player 4 and 5, if one is a left-footed player and one is a right-footed, your team is solid. When you go to Arsenal, Gabriel and Saliba. When you go to Barcelona, we have Gerard Batin and Pau Kubasi. So you see that style of play. At first it was Inigo Martinez and Pau Kubasi, and it was brilliant. And now, if these 2 pair continue like this, they'll buy land at our blaster. And Senya, there's Marvin Senya, the aggressive and the passion that he was playing yesterday. Although his crossing was bad, but yesterday he gave us a good, like Wamaya Messi, Alibi Seidu, Wamaya Messi, the likes of Caleb Reggie at that right back. Why was
good? Put a pin in that. We have a call on the line.
Okay.
Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Eric. I'm calling from Asinfosu.
Eric, let's hear you.
You had a nice discussion this morning, but the little problem that I personally have, is Jordan Ayew being the captain and showing any form of maturity in the game he's playing. Honestly speaking, most of us were disappointed in him. But the discussions your pundits are making, it tells us how poor he's managing the team. And this is the time we need the coach to make early changes so that we can also witness the play we had in the last 5 minutes. We had an exciting game within the latter part of the game, and we could see how Prince Edu and Thomas Asante, they were playing they were going all out to save the situation. These are the boys that we are looking for. As one of your pundits said, age is just a number. We have to give the young chaps a chance and an opportunity for them to show what they can also offer the country. Thank you very much this morning.
That was Eric from Asinfosu hearing us yesterday. Another caller from Asinfosu.
We have to go there and do a live show.
Yes, we'll do it. So that was Eric from Asinfosu saying that the truth was Jordan didn't show maturity on the field of play. So we continue into the ratings. When you get to Jordan, you delve into it.
Into
so
Jordan.
quickly, this time fast.
Marvin 8, Gideon 8, Elisha Owusu.
He's 6. Done Elisha Owusu already.
Okay. Zibo 5. Then who again? Nyama 6. He did it. Oh yeah.
Thomas Asante.
No. 8.
Semenyo. Oh, he did Semenyo.
He did Semenyo.
Prince Edu Kwabena.
6. He did. Oh yeah, Caleb
Yuenchi. He didn't do Caleb Yuenchi.
I didn't do Caleb.
You didn't do Caleb?
Yeah.
No,
Let me stand and do Caleb. Well, excellent. 9.99999 for Caleb. So I'll just give Caleb 9.99. What a move for one and can any temple.
No, I just remember.
Sorry, just put a pin in that. We have another call on the line. Hello. Hello. Your name and where you're calling from. Please, when you call us, turn down the volume on your TV set and then talk to us through the phone. If you talk to us through the how do you call it, the TV, you'll get a delayed response. So please, when you call, and please talk to us through your phone. You can reduce the volume on your TV set and then you talk to us through your phone. Landlord, so you've done the ratings now.
For Jordan, no disrespect to Jordan, but now Jordan will start in every national team or every clubs. Ask me the reason why. You see, yesterday the Panama people were playing a fast game. You need a player like Jordan. When you're born now, he will just calm everything down.
No, but your job can be to calm the play down, but sometimes not to the detriment. The detriment of the team. If you are calming the play down, and Semenyo has made a brilliant run, and in the name of calming the play down, you don't pass to him.
But now,
you wasted a chance.
I understand that, but the first Jordan that we know, that is not the Jordan that we know now. Age is catching him, and he has played the national team for a long time. When Jordan came in, when you were pairing Jordan and Samoa Jan, you could see that. And I also say, we don't play Jordan.
Just put a pin in. We have another caller. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Edward. I'm calling from Sprinter.
Yes, let's hear you.
Please, if I watched yesterday, but I can see that they did very well, and the coach also did very, 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 very well. But we have to look at some certain problems that we faced yesterday. Jordan, are you? Because when you see how Jordan are you played yesterday, you should have changed him earlier. You did a thing that the coach did very perfect. So you should watch Jordan Ayew, and next time you should change him earlier. I think our team is strong. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is Prince from Spintex. Prince, we send our lovely greetings to all the people from Spintex. Keep watching Clock Sports. Landlord, you are just.
So for me, if you play Jordan now, you play.
He's just saying that Jordan should have been changed earlier.
For that one, there it is true because he was tired. But now, if you play Jordan now, you play Jordan behind a typical striker like a Samoa Jan. That's what Jordan will do for you.
So what about Inaki Williams? Playing that pivotal role.
Is he part of the team?
He's part of the team.
He's part of the team.
I didn't even see.
Yes, Inaki Williams had a call-up. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I think now we have a squad depth. I'm not going to lie to you. The Fufuma, we have a lot of squad depth. That really helped us yesterday because even yesterday we were playing two strikers in the game after the substitution. Brandon Thomas Asante and
today the callers are trooping in.
Yeah, they should come. We are waiting for them.
Your name and where you're calling from? Hello? Hello, your name and where you're calling from? If you can speak up a bit.
My name is Frank. I'm calling from Libya.
Frank from Libya. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, and good morning to your cherished viewers. Yes, my concern is on Jordan. You see, I don't know why he finds it difficult releasing balls to Semenyo. You know what Semenyo has been doing with Man City?
Yeah.
That 1-2 display, they release the ball, and then before you realize, the ball is in the net. But you hold on to the ball for all the time that he wants to, and before you realize, they take the ball from him. So for me, I'm very glad if the coach, for our next game against England, the coach can start with especially the two gentlemen who came in during the second half, the 7-shirted jersey and then the number 10 jersey. They should start them and let Jordan start from the bench, so that we can get our goals, and then they can come in and do what they want. Other than that, I believe that we're going to find a very difficult time with the English.
That's my concern. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Greetings to all the people from Media Frank. Keep watching Clock Sports. So, Benedict,
Yes.
another caller
Yes.
talking about the same thing. Jordan.
Yes.
It looks as though landlord is saying that we need someone to slow down the game, but I was just reiterating, and Frank has also said it, that it shouldn't be at the detriment of the strength of your colleagues. For instance, you see what he's been doing, Semenyo has been doing in Manchester City.
The runs and all that. I believe that Jordan's talent, Jordan's style of play is important, but it's only important in games where we have taken the lead and we want someone to come and calm the game so that we can end the game with where we are, from where we are. And that is what we need Jordan to come in. Yesterday he was doing well by pulling the defenders, the opponents.
Just put a pin in that. Today our callers are really trooping in. No, and I'm sure this will be our last
This
caller.
is for them.
This is Bannerman. Bannerman, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Upper West region.
Yes, Bannerman, Upper West. Where exactly?
Wa.
Greetings to the people of Wa. Let's hear you, Bannerman.
Yes. Please, I want to say that the coach did very well. The coach is the person who directs the players how to play. Yeah. And yesterday you could see that our opponents were actual tired. I don't like people blaming and damping the spirit of our captain. This is the guy who was scoring for us during the qualifier. This was the guy who is the number one scorer for the Ghana Black Stars. Second to none.
That is true. 7 goals, 7 assists in qualifiers.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Bannerman.
Yes. But because yesterday maybe things were not going all that well with him, you could see people even directing the coach that he should bench him during our England game. It is not the best. So we need to motivate them. Yesterday they all did well, but it's just that we were lucky. The first half wasn't good for us. The first half, everybody was not at ease. I was just saying that, is this game going to end draw? And this is a game that we think we should have won. And actually, we have won the game. So I will say that kudos to the guys. And then, for that matter, people should not dampen the spirit of our captain. We should go ahead to play him first in English, and I think he will perform wonders. It's not all these that will be good for somebody, but at least they did very, very well. The goalkeepers also did very well. And then Semenyo, Brandon Asante, and Khalid Wenchi. In fact, the guy, I think in our English game, when Thomas Partey is there, pairing with Khalid Wenchi, I think England will be hot. But kudos to the Blasters. Thank you.
Kola all the way from Wa.
This is Bannerman
God bless
from Wa.
you. Bannerman, God bless
he's
you.
put it just right. He says that we can constructively criticize our captain, but we shouldn't dampen his spirit. My producer is also screaming in my ears that it's time. So we'll just quickly round up.
One more thing. Yes. I mean, the foul just before the hydration break, where they stepped on Jerome's sole. Yeah. Was that not supposed to be checked? I kept on asking myself, what could have our captain have done? Because that was, indeed a foul, because he stepped on the soles of Jerome when he was trying to pursue the ball. But all the same, in the end, we won. So all glory be to God. Yes. So thank you very much, Nana. My final words, right?
Yes, your final words.
Yes. So this is actually a very strong attitude against Panama, and I believe we can come back stronger and better. The strategy we used against Panama, we cannot repeat that same strategy against England. Why? Because this time around, Partey will be present. Yeah. No matter what, if they will shake our hands or not,
no shake us.
Partey will be present. And Partey's impact will be felt. They will know who Partey is made up for and what Ghanaians are made up for. And we'll have a party after party. So yes, thank you, Nana.
Thank you very much, Benedict. Landlord.
Thank you very much. Quick one.
Yeah.
I want to say this to Ghanaians. Yesterday, that was a massive love you guys showed Ghanaians, but please, let's be very careful when we are jubilating. Let's be very careful. Yesterday, where I was, certain things went on, but let's be very careful. That's the only thing that we want people alive. Because I always say, we are lifting the World Cup trophy. We are getting 7 points into our group and qualify. So please, whenever Ghana wins or we drew, let's be very careful with our celebration because we don't want a situation where Adebechini so they say thank you guys for supporting the Blast and also supporting the Clock TV, the finest morning show in the nation, the Koko Digest. God bless you guys all.
There you have it. All too soon. Our time is fast spent, and thank you very much for allowing me into your homes, your phones, your screens to bring you the best in the world of sports on the Koko Digest Morning Show. My name is Nanaya Asari. I did this with the champion of champions. I'm giving him that title today, Benedict Nketia Kwarteng, and the landlord of Ghana football, Isaac Opoku. Landlord. Selling. This is how we call it a wrap on sports in the sports segments on the morning show. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, welcome back to the Koko Digest Morning Show. And if you're just tuning in, it's time for our main discussion, which is about men's mental health and how man up seemingly is killing men. And joining us today, we have Dr. Kwesi Entry-Kranting. He is a medical doctor undergoing specialist training in psychiatry. He's a psychiatrist in training at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. A member also of the Psychiatric Association of Ghana. And so, yes, Man Up, this month is the month of men's mental health awareness. And we've been hearing Man Up all our lives from childhood all the way into adulthood. And the phrase has shaped how many men are expected to think, feel, and behave, often pushing them to suppress emotions and avoid showing vulnerability. While commonly framed as a message of strength, it tends to carry serious costs for men's mental health. And today's segment is going to trace the cost across 5 different areas of men's lives: the physical toll of suppressed emotions, the stress, the workplace pressure to provide no matter what, the cost, and also the way boys are raised not to express emotion, the isolation and the stigma that it produces, and what's the cultural and even faith traditions also say about strength and vulnerability. The aim is not to attack masculinity here before anybody comes to try and call me feminist, even though that's not a bad thing, but to speak to the issues and heal without shame is also to separate the stoicism and the phrase from the phrase, and also the demand that the kind of strength has from men, like why they have to always be strong and they're not allowed to show some vulnerability and emotion. So yes, joining me here is Dr. Kwesi Kranting, and he's going to be helping us to get into the conversation. And I'll encourage you, the men, this is a chance, this is a safe space. This is a chance for you to also send your comments, call and ask questions and share your experiences and, some of the solutions you wish society would take up to help create safer spaces for men. So let's get into the conversation. Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us here.
Pleasure to be here.
So I think the very first question I'll ask is about the match. Men and their affinity for football, and they just ended Ghana match. That was last night. What do you think, based on how the match went? I mean, even with conversations with some of the guys around, one of them said, no, you in the first half. Yeah. All of these things, what are some of the maybe possible effects it will have on their mental health?
Well, the match was stressful to begin with, yes. And most people would, and I believe you also felt the same. Your heart racing, you see all the palpitations and the anxiety, especially when the ball crosses over and it's going near our 18 box. It's generally was a stressful one. Our boys could have played better. I think so. Yes, I think we were lucky. Some people would think it was, but I think we can do way better than the performance last night.
All right.
And like by way of health implications, like somebody said, Uncle you, well, the stress in itself has bodily implications, headaches. Palpitation,
yes. I think I saw someone having the whole BP machine.
So yes, stress, chronic stress in itself too has its own package.
Okay.
That it comes along with. So a lot of people feel they can work it out in the gym, but when the source of your stress is there, you're only carrying the stress to the gym. You are running on the treadmill, you are lifting the weight, but when you come back,
this is waiting for you. Yes,
exactly.
That's very true. All right. Okay. So it seems the match may have stressed a lot of men, but I mean, in the end, you got out 3 points.
It was a good outcome.
All right. Okay. So we have some statistics about suicide and depression. And when I was reading, I realized that they said more men don't get diagnosed with depression, but their suicide rates are higher as compared to women. Yeah. So why is that?
Okay, so the makeup of a man is we are solution driven. So you give me, at times what a lady wants from you is not the solution. To think about
listen,
it. That
you listen first before you give us.
Exactly the point. More women know what to do, but as part of your makeup, you want to talk. Men, we are always fixing, and that is the disparity.
Yeah.
So where a woman will tend to linger on and try to seal the emotion of whatever event the man is thinking about, okay, he hasn't spoken about the issue. Okay, what can I do to solve the problem? So when the problem still persists, in spite of all his effort, then now he internalizes it without talking again. And then now he thinks the way out is to. So more women expressively talk about their issues.
Yeah.
And that's why I think for some debate, people feel men cheat more than women. But women are the ones talking, so you have the impression. But there are men who are going through it silently. So that's the disparity. Secondly, more women would present themselves for help rather than men seeking the help.
Okay.
Even with normal malaria, and women will say go. The man will say, "Oh, you are fixing." That's our. So that is it. And for men, we are work oriented. So I don't have the time to wallow and sit down and say I'm crying. It's the socialization. So clinical depression is even diagnosed after 2 weeks of persistent sadness and all of that. We quickly have to put it somewhere and concentrate on the work because I have a family to feed, I have reports to give, I have so they realize, and then the problem compounds over time, and then they decide to. Meanwhile, the woman is going for therapy, talking about it. Women have therapeutic sessions almost everywhere. In the market, it's talk therapy.
Yeah.
So they are just talking, and then they feel better. The man is not talking to anybody. So at that point in time, they realize that I have to.
Yeah. So I have 2 questions on that. Even you mentioned men are solution oriented. Is it something biologically ingrained, or it is something more of a societal socialization kind of phenomenon?
I think it's more biologically ingrained. Evolutionarily, we have been hunters and gatherers. We are looking for solutions.
So is it based on that whole provider
thing? So we just want it done. See the way we have conversations. Create an all boys group. Grown men. When are we meeting to take measurement? 2 p.m. There is no further conversation. Go in the all-female bridal or bridesmaid.
The bride is anxious. She would want to share.
No.
Excitement.
We don't. No. We don't.
That brings me to my next question. Then, would you, as a psychiatrist in training, actually recommend talk therapy to men too? Because
we do.
Obviously, the woman, yes, I might be frustrated about something. I know the solution, but I want to vent. In that way, like you said, the woman will talk and then they feel better. Is that something that you think the men too can adopt? Complain, say it, find a safe space and just talk and then move on to your solutions?
Yes, we recommend that. We a lot of men have come. We've had therapy sessions. I personally have had therapy sessions with men.
Okay.
And people, they feel better. Eventually, they say that, but it's not something we have encouraged in the home too for a long time. So it doesn't come naturally to men. And so we recommend that come for therapy. It doesn't make you less of a man. It's only creating a safe space where you can vent and then release whatever is on your chest, take it off.
Yeah.
But most men would either compensate using work or other maladaptive behaviors, drinking,
smoking,
sex, smoking, yes. So that's or even work. So they feel that's pay more attention, like locking.
Yes.
That's the new term. So locking on your make money. And then we think the money will replace whatever it is, but more often than not, that's not the answer.
Okay, so In this case, then, what do men tend to call stress instead of admitting that they are, or yes, what do they call stress instead of admitting that they are anxious or depressed? Maybe they are stressed. They are stressed.
It depends on whatever pertaining circumstances they find themselves in that moment. It could be financial. It's mostly financial. It could be a very worrisome partner. It could be work related, a very, very, how do they even call them? Some bosses. Like, so if he tells you that Charlie had this stress, you have to find out, Charlie, what they go on. Then now you realize that so it depends on whatever is pertaining to the moment. They don't call it anxiety or depression. No, for them, that is it. And stress by definition is simply where demand is outstripping your ability to cope or the available resources. So if there's something they feel they are not meeting up to, or they are not fulfilling, or they are not able to get a hold of, then everything seems to be on their mind. And then instead of talking about it, and it's grief, that's Charlie what they go on. My boss say make a present from 11 p.m. He called me late last night. The conversation is as simple as this, and then the solution the friend offers is another fixing. So that's as brief as it is. We don't further inquire. So what exactly are you feeling about it? How is this affecting your day or affecting you bodily? That conversation never comes up.
Why is that? Because you realize that sometimes you even speak with some males and they're like, they term it as gay, as in a derogatory manner, or we are not women, those kinds of things.
Yes, because
why do they do that?
It's again, I think it's in our makeup. Women care for detail, care for... at times, what a man would even describe as nagging from his partner is simply the woman inquiring, like, and then they see, like women care for the detail. Men, we are superficial. And one new yapon. This is it. So have you ever found out about how was the wedding from a guy before?
It was okay. It was cool.
You see why the woman is not coming to talk about colors and
the decor, the dancing, the bridal.
We have no time for that. It's in our makeup, I think, basically.
So this makeup thing, I in a way disagree with it. So I'm going to ask about the childhood thing. Okay. That it seems as though in our societies all over the world, there is more attention paid to the girl child. So you see that your girl child, when she comes home from school, you're more interested in finding out how her day went, so she's expressive. But with the boy child, when he comes home, you don't even ask those things, and he's ready to already change and go out to play football, come home very tired, do his homework, and go back to sleep. But the girl child, you will, draw her to you and all of that. Do you think that could be the basis of this whole women being more open to talk therapy than the men?
I'm not too sure about the dynamic where, like, you try to find out from your girl child if that school went better than. I'm not too sure about that dynamic. But I think when they cross a certain threshold against socialization, we feel the woman has to be homely. So
they keep her in the house,
and then the guy is sort of
allowed to just...
So again, I think the other socio-cultural factors, you are trying to prevent any other thing. Women are more vulnerable than men. Men will tend to protect themselves better than a woman can. So all those things come into play so that we feel we must protect the girl child more than the... But I feel we should be able to let them know when they are growing up that there is no biologically... Yes, of course, women are more vulnerable in the protective sense. When somebody should do... A guy is more likely to fight harder than a woman can. But we should create room where the boy child knows that in as much as you are at liberty to there's a certain room for liberty. You cannot abuse that, and that we have some authority over what they do, and then that authority should be demanding enough so that there's accountability and create space for vulnerability too. For example, your boy likes to play football. Every 4 p.m. he decides to go out. But you let him know that by 6 p.m. you're supposed to be at home.
Yeah.
That gives him a sense of that there's some authority to look up to. And then now when he comes home, give him or create the room where you talk about the day, including the football match. If there's a possibility for you to even one of the days go to the field to go and see how he's playing, you should do it. That attention, I think, has been lacking for a while or a long time. So it might be practical. Like, I think now, okay, with my friends, and I think now most young men are paying attention equally to all children. And now we've even sold all our packs, so the children are in the room anyway. So I think we have to create that room for the men or the young boy to feel that, oh, home is where you belong, and that we create that space for conversation. We have to let the boy talk. For example, this, and I'm sure it's going to come up, Bemen soon, sort of thing.
Yes, it was my next question.
Okay, so let's deal with that. If my little boy starts crying, throwing things around, what we need to do is to emotionally regulate. We are not saying, hey, Jason, stop crying. You're a boy, shut up. You're a man. No. Allow him, but then tell him it's not proper to break things if you are upset. Now then you question him, okay, why are you upset? Okay, how does that make you feel? What did you do that maybe warranted a punishment or whatever? What do you think you could have done in that instance? You are having the conversation even when he's crying. Then you tell him that, okay, so next time you can do this better. You can do it this way since you recommended it yourself. And then now just allow him. Then give me a hug. Then he feels that, oh, whenever I have another problem and I'm upset, I can talk to daddy or I can talk to mommy. Rather than shut him down. Then he knows that, in this space, if I'm upset, I cannot talk. And that will be setting a precedent for a long life. And then it's a ripple effect. So that's how we should deal with some of these issues.
So let's come to the man up at work, the provider trap that seems to be choking the men in our societies these days, where, this whole, you must provide at all costs. So whether you lose your job, whether you have a job, make sure you're bringing something home. Even before we even come to the job, sometimes, even as young men, usually from SHS, you realize that some of them even start businesses because that whole provider, you must be able to take care of yourself, take care of your wife and kids, upcoming wife and kids. So they start businesses and things like that. So when sometimes maybe they get to certain ages and then they are not where they envisioned for themselves, then they seem to feel like they are failures as men. So yes, all of that being linked, my main question then would be, if a man loses his job, who should he talk to? And who judges him first?
Interesting. That's a very good one. Who does he talk to? Many men have acquaintances. Many men may know a lot of people, but very few men have vulnerable spaces. Even among the group or the clique of friends, it's not everyone you feel you can share with. I personally know if I should lose a job, I know the person I'll talk to first. Some men, if their fathers are alive, will talk to their father first. Some men will do a best or a very close buddy. Most men will internalize. If they have a partner, they can tell them. But we have often also heard of situations where partners have expressed either disappointment or disgust at the fact that you are coming to now stay at home. So there's a defense at the back of the man's mind. There's a certain defense already. So there are men who have actually lost their job and are at home and they've told their partner they are on leave. A lot of times that's the first thing they do. And in that period of 36 working days, they try to find an alternative.
Job, yeah.
So it is when now the time elapses now that they now have to come clean. And it's hard because it's not just the job you are losing. You are losing your source of livelihood.
Yeah.
You are thinking about the fees to be paid, the bills to be paid. So in as much as they want to tell their partners, at times it's hard. Which shouldn't be the case. But too often we hear stories, men where the woman quickly wants to leave because now a baby is going to be difficult. So it's a very good conversation to be had. I think, and I keep telling most people that during courtship, some of these are the hard questions we should ask. Should I lose my job? You are working, right? How long can you hold the fort? What would be your reaction? And it should be honest conversations between two people who are seeking to spend their lives together for the rest of their lives. So it's a conversation because life happens. And it's something that's possible because, like, people will say, what happens if you have an accident the day after your wedding and you are bedridden? Meanwhile, you took a vow just yesterday that for better. So these are realities on the ground. And that conversation has to be had. So that now you enter the union knowing that, oh, this is the disposition of my wife. My money is my money, your money is our money. Then you know that, oh, okay, then a single stream of income may not be the best for, if that is the way. But now many women too are pitching in, thankfully, because the economy doesn't favor that singular sort of thing. So, yes, that vulnerable space has to be created. Have you ever told your mom something you hoped it was kept in secret, and then she blurted it out? And that is why most men are defensive, because they saw it in their home.
Okay.
That, this one, I can't tell my wife. And in boy circles, it not be everything for tell your man. Like it's a low-key statement, but it's made. You can ask the guys out. Because we fear the reaction. First, it's the reaction and the obvious, you people can't hide this. Your face will show and all of that. So for us, it's a defensive mechanism. Let me try. We are protecting what we have. So that you will figure it out. Again, the fixing thing comes in. We'll figure it out.
So this is linked then to this question I want to ask. And, a lot of women are coming up, a lot of feminist spaces are also coming up. And most of the time you hear things about the patriarchy, right? And this is all based on the fact that they say men should be providers. And it almost makes it look as though a man's worth is tied to his ability to provide.
Right, yeah.
Yes. Now, this is a society that contains men and women. So there are women out there now who also believe that regardless of how much I'm making or what regardless of how much I'm making, my partner should take care of me. Then there are women who would also, I won't even lift a finger. The man must do everything. So now it has become like a snake biting itself. Its own tail, where now these men are not able to even try to get the woman to also pitch in. Because, like you said, two people wanting to spend the rest of their lives together, and yet they cannot even accept, some of them are not even able to accept help from their partners. What do you think should be the sort of alternative to that, or the solution to something like that, where it doesn't also look like now you are demanding that from the woman, but you can create a space where she can also say that I want to help and would be able to?
Okay, so the women. Okay, let me begin talking about the women who would decide not to even lift a finger or help out or anything. Most women have learned from women who have been burned in relationships. So they think that is they have generalized. So every man must be like
But
that.
sometimes our own fathers, you send a boy home, he asks, can he take care of you? Those are some of the things they also teach the women, that the man must be able to take care of you. Your money is your money, but his money is for both.
I think it's the socialization. I think that concept has to be done away with. Conversation, again, charity begins at home. Conversation must begin from the home, where a woman is encouraged to do something for herself, so that when your partner is no more, you are alone, you can fend for yourself.
Yeah.
That should be, we should enable women to toe that line. Then it comes again to that conversation of men finding a woman who is doing well by herself, what's the word? They are intimidated by them. Again, socialization. They've been brought up in that way where we believe that it's a must. You must take care of her. So if she's alone and she doesn't need you. And like you said, our worth is tied to what we can provide. But it's not so. So conversations have to be, the whole thing has to be dismantled by conversation. And
Actions,
and so people, it becomes practicalized to at home. Because most of the lived experiences are from the house. And then again to where people are deciding to be protective and all of that. I keep telling people that people do not truly know what love is. And if you truly understood what you meant by I love you too, it's not the feeling. It is what it is. Love is kind. Love is patient. I don't see where you will see your man struggling and you would not pitch in. Then you are not kind. Definitely, you don't love him. Like, it's definitive. We cannot play or dilly-dally around it and make it look as though we are doing something but we are not doing it. Love is kind, love is patient, love does not vaunt itself up, it's not prideful, it's not. Those are practical things we do and show. And I keep telling people, red flags show up in relationships. You turn a blind eye, they become red banners in your hall. They are living there. You are in it. You have locked yourself up. Some of these things show up. You can't say you didn't see it. Bishop Dag will tell you what you see is what you saw, and what you saw is what you see. It's a seesaw relationship. It's true. And so you should be able to have those conversations, practical experiences. Oh, I remember a certain man who, then that lived experience you shared. Try to find out what she's thinking. You two throw your own. Try to find out how he's thinking about it. Yesterday, I read a story on Silent Beach. The man won't get down from the car to even open the gate. Meanwhile, it's the woman's car. Like, are you getting it? So some of these things, they are things I'm sure she saw it, but because you want to get married. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
And it comes with the provider thing too. She won't offer to help. She has never gifted you anything on your birthday. She's not, like, they show. They show. And the little things eventually become the big thing.
Okay. Well, I think that conversation itself might be a whole relationship conversation where we have to...
I know, right?
Yeah. But I want to ask, how is it that men can borrow money to stake bets, to buy cars, but they can't go and pay for counseling? Or they won't, let me use won't rather.
Outcome, instant gratification, visible result. They are thinking that therapy, after talking them whatness. So most people do not know how effective therapy is. Because if they did, they would do, so it's outcomes. I go to the bank, I go for a loan for a business because I've done a certain projection. Therapy is more qualitative than quantitative. We look at the form. So it's one of the things that when they try to rationalize, it doesn't, it's only beneficial.
Okay. So I have a few questions for viewers. So I'd love for you to send your responses to this. So the first question I have for you is, when your father was sad when you were young, what did he do? And also, when you were sad, what did your father teach you to do? Then also the men, do your male friends ask you how are you and wait for a genuine answer? Then if your son cried today, what would your first words be? So I would like for you to send your answers to me. Let's see how, these things are also affecting you in general. So my questions again, when your father was sad when you were young, what did he do? And even for you, when you go to your father when you're sad, what does he teach you to do? Then do your male friends ask you how are you and wait for a genuine answer? And if your son cried today, what will your first words to your son also be? So men talk about the fact that they don't have, when women are doing this mental health for women, conversations centered around women, they all come and ask, what about the men? And they themselves, some of them are honest enough to also say that when they try to talk about their feelings and things, they get laughed at. Why is that?
Okay. So, for guys, I think we don't immediately sense how serious a matter is, except if it's life and death. So you come and tell me that your heart is broken.
The first thing, they'll laugh at you.
They'll laugh. But when they realize that the matter is serious, the countenance changes. Like most people would now come in and then now try to find out what happened. Now the details will come in. What happened? Why? What? Then they try to encourage you. More often than not, they encourage you to go to the gym instead of going for therapy if it's that bad.
Or go and get a few girls here and there.
So you see, and that's why it matters who you associate with. But then again, all they offer is a certain distraction from the problem.
Yeah.
Rather than dealing with the emotion accompanying the problem and how it is affecting you. So men, like again, we are trying to fix it, but it's the wrong solution. So I think we should make it a part of our language to offer, to tell people do you think you can go for therapy? Do you think, I know a number, a helpline, do you want to talk to somebody? How are you feeling about it? So men will do it. Remember, was it KNUST? The guy who video went viral after he had his girlfriend broke up with him. It was a viral video, and the boys laughed. But eventually, there was a very supportive. One day they all gathered in front of him, and that one too was a second video, but it became viral. And then they began to cheer him up. And then I think there was a song by Kiddy they were singing on that. I forgot him, but that's how boys react to some of these things. We would laugh, we would just about it. But when we realize that it's getting to you, we tend to offer. In some cases, where your boys clique is not proper, I'm not sure you are going to get anything beneficial from there. They'll laugh, they'll just about it. Somebody will tell you a very bad, maladaptive coping mechanism you can use, but try and seek help. You know what feeling is accompanying whatever situation you find yourself in. So you need to voice out. There's a helpline, maybe I can mention it out, that everybody can keep. It's that simple, 0800 678 678. It's something, just call and talk. Talk, vent. It helps.
Okay. So again, with this men's mental health, I think most of the things I've been seeing is about pop culture, but it seems to have some truth to it, where there are schools of thought that talk about men needing validation from their friends about almost everything. So even the type of car a man would buy, the type of lady a man would date, the type of certain things they would do, they want to make sure that their friends approve of it in a way. Is that something that also tends to affect their mental health?
Yes, I think in this social media era too, people are comparing. The comparison is a lot, and that plenty people. So but the validation thing, I don't think all men or maybe it's my disposition, but some people, yes, it's competitive at the back of their mind. Oh, this guy is doing well. Why am I falling behind? Or I am late. Or there's another thing. I think I'm behind, and I keep asking people that if you say you are behind who?
Ooh.
It's life is not a straight line, and everybody is in a different race.
Yeah.
You don't have to compare your race to somebody's race. We all didn't come at the same time, and we are all not going to live at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think when you take off that comparison from your mind, your life becomes more easier. You are in your lane, you are doing what you can to the best of your ability, and this is the reward you are getting. You are content with it. Contentment goes a great way. Social media, plenty of people forget that it is curated to give you a certain picture.
Yeah.
So where people go and stand by other people's cars and take pictures, and in your mind, he bought a car. You are misguided, and you make wrong decisions. Now you go and take your salary and say, "Oh, now I have to get the car." So, gone over 2.5. It's 1 0. So you should live, be present. In as much as you want to go forward and progress in life, your greatest competitor should be yourself. You are measuring progress against yesterday, what you made, not with somebody else. And that's the best way to move on in life. You cannot keep validation from who is the standard. And
boys. Because sometimes you hear the guys talk about, this girl, I cannot show her in public because boys will laugh me. That boys will mock me, boys would do this, boys will do that.
Then check your friends. That's what I can say, because I've never had to think about life or any domain of my life in that sense before. Because I think most of my friends, those I call my friends, are content.
Okay.
Everybody is doing the best they can for themselves. Everybody appreciates your effort in whatever way. Where we feel you need some guidance, I think we find a way to knock it out of your head. Yes. So check your friends.
Okay. Check your friends. So our male counterparts, please do check your friends. Filter through them very well. And lastly, let's come to the religious and faith-based aspects where, based on some of the things that are preached, the man is the head. Now, even whether literally or metaphorically, the thought of being the head, or even physically, if your head is affected in one way or the other, your whole body may fall apart. So these things, do you think that it brings some sort of pressure to the men too?
I think it has to be balanced, the way it is preached.
Okay.
There's an authority schema. There's a structure. Where there is no leadership, everything falls apart. The intention of God was not to create people to lord it over women. It's just structure. And he says that, in his grand view of things, he created man first, and therefore man is the head of the whole household. He's not saying that by headship, he's lording it. Like, I don't know how, when we say submit, you as a personally interpret it. We are not saying, because then subsequently in those scriptures, he says submit one to another. So the submission cry is for both of us. So in context, God is not creating some figure that will be issuing commands with his legs on the table, sitting in the sofa. No, that's not the idea. So it matters how it is communicated.
Okay.
So I think generally, and there are other scriptures too, but it is a man who lives a good man lives an inheritance for the children. And so what about the women? So man here used, I think it's generically. It's not Are you getting it?
Yes,
so a woman too can work and then leave an inheritance for it's the way the teaching. So people should, preachers, or if you ever have to talk, because yes, of course, you have to do it even at your level at home too.
Yeah.
So if you ever have to teach in that way, the word might be rightly divided. That's what I want to say. And then people have to know that the responsibility is on all of us, not one person. And then
Right. Okay. So biblical figures, including David, Job, Jeremiah, off the top of my head, were described as, weeping or in deep despair. Jeremiah is it a weeping prophet? No. Yes. And Jesus there's the shortest verse in the Bible.
Mark
Jesus
11:35.
wept. Yes. So why is it that this response is not available to the ordinary young man out there?
Some people weep, but then they quickly find a way to reorganize themselves. And like I said, we want to move on to the next thing quickly. Men, we think we don't have time to be wallowing there. Sadness, crying, grief are emotions. And men must know that it is safe to express those emotions. The other side is most women don't also find this attractive.
Yes. Some women will say they get the ache.
So, like I did in socialization, we have found a way to... It's just like in my line of job as a doctor. There are some patients I'll never forget. But then there are too many patients out there to look after, to stay and weep over one patient. I'm just using it and making an analogy. And in that way, I quickly have to either shelve the crying for later and then attend to that. How the mode is. So either we are shelving it, and that shelving compounds the stress. For some people, they don't even know why they are currently stressed because they've shelved a lot. So now they feel overwhelmed, but they cannot really pinpoint. It's the packing. Are you getting the point? Exactly the point. It's the packing. But if you cry, crying help. You feel good after. Yes, you let it helps. Your eyes will swell. Exactly the point. So men should be made to understand that they are not weak. If you cry, if you are grieving, it is not wrong to cry. It's not. You are sad. I've had to call my boss and tell him that I don't feel fine. I feel I'm not okay. Some bosses will let you have a day or two to yourself. It helps. Rather than compound it and then now you are making errors at work, you are making because eventually it's a sequel.
Outbursts at home.
And in men, depression can even be expressed as irritability, even violent outbursts. Yes. So some of these things, and now you are wondering, hey, what did I say that my husband is so angry? But there's something. So some of these things, and it's even filtered down to children. You are blasting your children unnecessarily. Meanwhile, the stress is from your boss. So you have to talk about it. Okay. Go to HR. Unfortunately, some of the bosses in HR are a team. So HR people, especially, they need training too. Most of them do. Okay. It's not the time to be telling everybody somebody's.
So we have questions here from some of the viewers. This one says, interesting discussion. To my question, he laughs at everyone at work, pays the bills, checks on his family, and says, I'm fine every day. But what happens when a man carries stress, pressure, and emotional pain for too long without anyone noticing? Men are strong. Happy Father's Day to all the men out there. This is Ikea in Tamale. So I think we've touched on that.
Yeah, so chronic stress would present at elevated blood pressure and hypertension. They can headaches. A lot of the times, headaches, fatigue. They realize that they are exhausted all the time. Some are losing sleep. So the sleep it's not too good. That's when those are some of the symptoms that you should pick up on. He's absent-minded. He has started making little mistakes at work. Those are some of the signs you get to know that there's something going on with this person. And then eventually you can have a conversation about it. So there are signs. We tend not to pick up on them, but if you pay attention closely, lately you're always talking about headache. Why? What's going on? It's not paracetamol or Gabidol doesn't solve the problem. There's an underlying thing that's going on, and if you push hard enough, you'll be able to get answers.
Okay, so the next one says, a man suddenly becomes quiet, avoids friends, and gets angry easily, and he spends more time alone, but everyone around him says he'll be fine, he's just stressed. What if those are actually signs of a deeper mental health struggle? Man up is killing a lot of us. Fathers need to be celebrated this time around. This is Mr. J in Sunyani.
Yes, those are also telling signs. You don't say he will be fine, because maybe he may be a statistic. He may, before he becomes fine, he would have crossed over to the other side. Because men will tend to, so women may attempt, but more men die by suicide because we are able to complete it. The woman is thinking, contemplating my children, my husband, there's a lot. And when they come for therapy, they say, the reason why I'm alive is because of my children. The reason why I'm alive is because of my mom. I thought about how she would feel. If a man wants to carry it through, you just do it. So he'll be fine. At least let's translate it into action. There are times boys do it. 4 or 5 boys, they come at you. Boss, lately we've realized that. That's what I'm saying, check your friends. Lately we've realized that this and this and this. Why? What they go on? Those who are really, they really know you and they know that now there's something up. They'll come at you and then they query. And it's something I would also encourage in those spaces in football, watching,
fantasy football,
golf, tennis, those spaces. Pay attention to the membership. There may be somebody who will come that day and it's a drinking spot. He never takes alcohol. But today you've seen him go for 2-3 bottles. Though it's a football match. He should pump something. The next time he comes, tell him that, Master, this is not what they go on.
But in that time where you are watching a match and you come here and you say, guy, we did watch match, what should they do?
So wait, after the match, they will tell him, is there anything going on? I've observed. So our observation skills have to come into play here. We generally, I keep saying, we are generally not an observing population. Like it's in the way we give direction to our homes. Oh, bra, oh, basa. We cannot perceive 150 meters away. So when Google says it, we are lost. We don't know what 150 meters looks like. We are not brought up that way. I think evolutionarily again, that's why Ghanaians are always late. Because it was Anopa area in before the white man brought the clock. So now we have to, there's a certain metric, a certain standard. We are not used to those things. And that's why you say, time Ben Amisha, 132 to 233. We have given you the whole area. Because that is how we were, where we are coming from. But now that we know that we have to pay attention to things, let's observe. Everything that is out of normal with somebody should ring a bell. Today he has become very quiet. The next day he's so quiet. It's off. That is not the person you know. Probe. He may tell you that, there's nothing there. Now prompt people around him. Maybe you just meet him at that drinking bar. But then let him know that you are concerned and that, this is a safe space to talk. I'm really concerned about you. People may need more effort and push to divulge whatever is wrong with them than letting it slide. So I think we should be very conscious about doing that so that we get more people to open up to us.
All right. Okay. So I think my last question is going to be a bit hot in that people view sexual intercourse as one of the things to use where because of the fact that these hormones and oxytocin and dopamine, serotonin things will come up in the body, there's also the release and all of that. So you find a lot of men, sometimes, I think I had a friend who was grieving a parent and what he said was he needs to have intense one. Why do men usually resort to sex as a form of dealing with things that are stressing them?
So, sex in itself, though it's a primary need of man, Maslow's theory. I think you remember that from social study. Sex is part of food. It's basic.
Yeah.
There's a pleasure center in your brain that gets activated whenever you have an orgasm. So, you are feeling fine, dopamine is best. It's that temporary relief and good feeling that they are chasing. And it's not just even with sex. It is also in alcohol.
Yeah.
It's in, so it's the coping mechanism. For somebody, he won't take the alcohol. He won't do drugs. He will go for that one. All of them are coping mechanisms. The thing is, usually the woman will also feel used because you just came for that, and then when you are done, So men would look for the safest one, and most people think sex would offer them that relief in the time. Yeah.
Right, I see. Well, also soon our time is up, and I want to take your, final comments. Like, what should a man watching this conversation or listening in take away from this conversation?
Okay, number one, be content. Life is not a race. You matter. You greatly matter. And there are a lot of people who love you, even though you may not feel like it. Your worth is not in what you provide alone. It's in what you are also contributing to the universe. Men must know that there is help available for them. Feel free, express your emotions. Talk to your partner if you can. Look for, there are therapies available for men, and they should take the chance to explore the available options and then come for help. We there for you.
All right, thank you so much. So the toll-free number, you said 0800
678 678.
Okay, so 0800 678 678. That is a helpline you can call and start the therapy process. Maybe they will have you come in and then you can go and talk more. Or you can also find Dr. Kwesi Kranting at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. Yeah. Yes. So you go there and go look for him and bombard him with everything that's troubling you. He'll give you some help. Thank you so much for joining us here. Thank you also so much for tuning in. Thank you, Black Stars, for not breaking our hearts. And we hope to see you bright and early on Tuesday. Do have an amazing weekend ahead.